Hey guys!
Welcome back to our channel, and if you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
And today we are starting
Vlogmas!
Monday through Friday.
We're gonna be filming and uploading. Well, we're gonna try.
We're gonna try. Try to keep us accountable.
Yeah. So today we are starting our Vlogmas off with a how we met video from Josue's point of view and from my point of view. So let's jump into the story.
So, Christina and I met on the day before her birthday.
It was February 23rd, 2014. It was one day before my birthday.
So at the time I was a sophomore in college, I believe. I was working for Versace, and that day I got a message from a friend. His name is Nico. He was like,
oh, let's do like a bonfire. I'll invite my friends, you know, and we'll just have a bunch of people there. It'll be a lot of fun.
So I said, sure, let's do it. I got off work, I went home, kind of got dressed. When we got to the bonfires, it was her group of friends and my group of friends.
Honestly, Josue's friends I feel like had a little bit of like a bad reputation, but I was like, you know, they seemed like really fun and nice and whatever.
Later on that night, her friends, most of her friends and a lot of my friends decided, oh, let's go over to the beach and touch the water and see how cold it is.
My thought was like, it's February, it's freezing cold, like why would you want to go get your feet wet and sandy and cold? So I decided to stay back.
I didn't want to go, so I stayed with my friend. Mind me, at that point I thought Christina was a 16-year-old girl, and she was super young. I thought she was pretty. She had the most gorgeous eyes that I seen, that she was way too young. And I'm like, I'm a sophomore in college. I'm about 20. I'm not gonna be talking to someone that is 16 at the time.
So I was just, you know, minding my own business, like whatever. And Josue's like, hey, like why don't you come like sit next to me? And I was just like kind of like laughed. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And he was like, come over here, like I don't bite. I
started conversating with her. You know, it's her birthday tomorrow. How old are you gonna be? What, 15, 16?
I was like, oh, I'm gonna be 18. He's like, no. I was like, yeah.
She's like, no, ask everyone.
Like, I feel like I had to like convince him.
So at that point, I'm like, it's game time. Maybe I can just talk to her and get her number and see where things go.
He just like started like flirting with me and stuff. That was like game time for him or something.
Later on that night, we exchanged, I got her Snapchat, which was a big thing then. I wanted her phone number.
He tried to get my number. He even used like a line like, oh, I can't find my phone.
Can I use your phone to call my phone? But she knew I was joking. She knew I wanted her number.
Honestly, I like knew what was happening. I was like, at first I'm pretty sure I even said no, like no. And he was like, no, come on. And so I'm like, whatever, like he can have my number. So I was like, sure. So I give him my phone. Of course, his phone is in his pocket.
I just saved her number on my contacts. At the end of me asking for her number, I said, well, I guess now you can, I guess you can call me. I guess you can now text me because you got my number. And she was like,
no, like thinking in my head, I'm like, if you really like tried to do this whole thing to get my number, like you can text me. Like I'm not gonna text you first and stuff. So that's what I was thinking, but I was like, whatever.
But I was just kidding.
Anyway, we ended up leaving then after that, and we would like Snapchatting back and forth, but like he never texted me.
I guess I had a game plan. I wanted there to be a little bit of a mystery, if you will. Mystery meaning I didn't want to just like text her and call her and be too much, because I feel like that would freak her out a lot more.
I'm kind of thinking like, why isn't he texting me?
I didn't text her or call her for like the first week.
He texted me this. Hi, I don't know if you remember me, but this is Josue. You met me at the bonfire. I'm like, yeah, I remember you. I've been Snapchatting you like every day.
She lived about 45 minutes away from me. So it was a little bit hard for us to hang out. We did have this hangout, like group hangout, if you will. So we did bonfires.
At first initial meeting him, honestly, my initial impression was like, okay, this guy's a player. And then after texting him, I was like, okay, he's like super nice and funny, and he was really motivated and driven. He was in college at the time. And like some hangouts, I think like 2 other bonfires.
I believe the second one or the third one that we had, she came with a group of friends, and there was some friends that I didn't like of her. this guy that I didn't like. So I was really uncomfortable at the time.
When we get there, like, it was the weirdest thing. He didn't even say hi to me.
I didn't really talk to her as much. I was just really thrown off.
I was kind of like, what is happening? Like, why is he texting me, but then he's like not talking to me when we're seeing each other in person? Now this next part of the story gets a little foggy because there's something that happened between I don't even fully know the story. Something happened between finding bonfire pits.
They said, Josue, can you actually go find us a fire pit? I said, sure. I grabbed the skateboard and I rode down to find the best fire pit.
My friends had found a bonfire pit. Josue's friends found another pit. They were like a mile away from each other.
But at that point, there was tension in between all of us. We were all like upset because I wanted them in my fire pit. They wanted me to come to their fire pit. I know, really childish.
In my head, Josue basically has a choice. Is he gonna go with his friends or is he gonna stay with me, the girl he apparently likes?
I said in my fire pit, I guess I ditched Christina. So moving on, I guess I ditched Christina at that point. At
that point on, in my mind, he was like written off. I was like, I'm done.
I wasn't even thinking straight. I'm like, oh, she doesn't mean it, you know. She doesn't mean it, but I came to find out a couple days later she wouldn't talk to me.
He texted me that night. I don't even know what he said. This was after the bonfire, but the same night. And I just remember telling him, like, straight up, like, I thought that was really rude. And basically that I wasn't gonna talk to him anymore.
She meant it. I apologized, but it was done. The damage was done.
He then, for months, continued to text me.
I would text her and call her or text her and she wouldn't reply to me.
I honestly, you guys, had like texts on my phone from him of him being like,
hey, how are you? I miss you, hope you're doing well.
I remember one time specifically, I decided to reply to him. Now this is kind of like in the fall, so it had been a couple months, and I remember his text exactly. It was raining that day, and he sends,
it's raining, I don't even know what I said, but
I remember replying, oh yeah, like it's raining here too, because I live in Riverside, so I was like, it's raining here too, I absolutely love this weather, like something like that. And he replies, yeah. And so anyway, then after that I was like, okay, no more texting this guy.
It took me a few months to kind of get over her, if you will.
Honestly, I liked him and I had like a crush on him and whatever. He was still texting me and I wasn't replying, and then it kind of like burned out and we really like weren't talking anymore.
One day my friend sent me a text. Well, actually, we went to my friend's house. We were hanging out at my friend's house and his brother wasn't there, and we were like, oh, where's our friend? Where's Siad? And he's like, oh, I'm going to like a church event tonight. They're having a Christmas party.
We ended up re-meeting at a church event. It was like a Christmas party thing.
So we went to hang out to that house, and I walked in. I was in sweats. I didn't even care. We went. And guess who was there? Christina was there.
He ends up walking in. I'm like, oh my gosh, here is Josue, this guy.
I saw her from the side of my eye. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna go there.
I did not think he was coming.
As the night went on, we were just playing different games, soccer, and we had different activities. And guess what? We sat in the middle of that living room, and Christina and her friend sat right across from us again. And she sat there on purpose. She wanted to talk to me, but I was ignoring her. And
anyway, to keep it short and sweet, from that point on, we ended up like kind of like rekindling or whatever. We became friends. My group of like girlfriends and then his group of guy friends like became friends.
We created this Facebook group, and that's how we reconnected.
Like just hanging out after that and texting, and then we came to like each other, and then yeah.
That's the story for you guys right there.
That's like our story, because then after that moment, after that Christmas party is when, you know, our relationship actually started. And that's basically the story of how we met.
And reconnected.
Yeah, re-met. We always, when people are like, how did you met? We're like, well, there's like two stories. Because we have like how we met, like initially, the bonfire. And then like the Christmas party was like how we re-met. Because we lost connection.
We did.
But anyway, yeah, Josue's the love of my life, and I'm so happy you were so persistent, and I love you so much. But anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow in our next video. So be sure to subscribe to our channel.
And like it. And comment.
But to see all of our Vlogmas videos.
Okay, not only that, if you guys have any idea of what you guys want us to do this month,
let us know down below.
Monday through Friday, there's a lot of videos that are coming your way. We need some ideas and we want your opinion. So make sure you comment down below. We would love to hear from you.
And we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!